Today for this second session, afternoon second session, we have our senior colleague, Dr. Dinesh MV. Dinesh MV is Associate Professor in the Department of Economics and Cooperation, Manasagangotri, Mysore. So he's having a very rich teaching and research experience, both in UG colleges as well as in PG colleges. Apparently, he was my teacher in the Department of Economics and Cooperation way back in 1994-95. He taught me 1 year. Professor is having 17 years of UG level teaching experience and 15 years of PG level experience. And he got cleared SLET, and then he also obtained a PhD. His area of specialization is agricultural economics, and he has been successfully guided 87 students for their master's degree dissertations. And currently he is guiding students for a PhD. And he taught the subjects like agricultural economics, Indian economics, macro, micro, environmental. Particularly, he's an expert in the field of environmental economics, and he has done his PhD in agri-marketing, and is the expert in that. And he's having the membership in many academic institutions. To name some of them: life member in Karnataka Economic Association, life member in Indian Economic Association, life member in Karnataka Rajya Arthika Parishad, and he has worked as master trainer for MP, MLA, and local self-governments elections in Mysore. And he also worked for 6th Economic Census 2013-14, Government of Karnataka, and Socio-Education Census in the year 2015. Government of Karnataka. Is also having the membership in member in Faculty of Arts, University of Mysore, members Board of Examination and Board of Studies for the department, as well as in the many departments in Karnataka and different universities of Karnataka. And is also member Board of Examination, KSOU, doctoral committee member for University of Mysore as well as Karnataka State University. Sir, and he has participated in more than 100 national and international conferences, and presented more than 25 research papers in these conferences. And he also published more than 30 research articles in a very reputed peer-reviewed journals of national and international level. He is also having published 2 books. So therefore, Dr. Dinesh sir is actively being engaged in both teaching as well as research, and is a very good source of inspiration. And he always be with the young scholars and promote them to do the good research. And as I told already, is the expert in the field of agriculture, environmental science, and particularly in the area of marketing research and agri-business and agri-marketing. That day I have promised I will bring one eminent person who is authority on agri-marketing and agri-business. So I have invited our senior colleague, Dr. Dinesh sir, and he has readily accepted. And today is going to talk about sustainable agriculture, and he will touch upon the agri-business as well as the agri-marketing, sustainable agri-marketing. So hope the afternoon session will be fruitful. With these words, I am very glad to welcome Dr. Dinesh sir for this afternoon second session on behalf of HRDC Mysore, and my dear participants, on behalf of my own, I wholeheartedly welcome my teacher, my senior colleague, Dr. Dinesh sir, for this session. Welcome you, sir, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Prem Kumar ji.
Yes.
Now I'll proceed. Good afternoon to all the participants. And
good afternoon, sir.
In this session, we are going to discuss on the concept of sustainable agriculture and linking direct marketing with sustainable agriculture. And in the first part, that is in the sustainable agricultural part, I would like to discuss what is sustainable agriculture and about the development that made unsustainable practices in India and what are the recent changes in the agricultural sector. If PPT is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Then in the second part, we discuss about the why marketing is important, and here with special reference to horticultural marketing, that is relation to vegetables and fruits, among various types of marketing available to the farmers, why direct marketing is so important for the farmers, and how that helps in achieving sustainable agriculture. So this is what the gist of the presentation. Now I will proceed with the theme of the 31st refresher course. The theme of the 31st refresher course is this sustainable development. There are plethora of definitions regarding the concept of
mute madam. Who is that?
Okay. There are plethora of definitions regarding the concept of sustainable development. The most acceptable and accepted definition of sustainable development is this, given by World Commission on Environment and Development, United Nations, where they have given in 1987 in their popular report known as Our Common Future, or in other words, we say Brundtland Report, where they define sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. This is what the most acceptable definition that we use always. And in this definition, we come across three important concepts. One is needs, one is development, and one is future generation. Needs refers to meeting the requirements of the world's poor. That is what needs. Meeting the requirements of the world's poor. Especially in almost all the countries, we come across inequalities in the distribution of income and wealth, and also in other aspects. Meeting the socio-economic requirements of the poor people is the priority here. Next one is development. Development is a qualitative aspect which indicates progress, improvement, and it is having multidimensional phenomena like socio-cultural, economic. Future generation, where the available resources has to be utilized properly with an intention of maintaining a proper balance between present as well as the future requirements. So this is what the gist of the definition, sustainable development. And in sustainable development, we come across various types of development. And with reference to agriculture, we say it is sustainable agriculture. Madam, okay. Sustainable agriculture. See, during 1951, our objective was just achieving agricultural development. Now our objective has changed. That is achieving sustainable agricultural development. So let us see what is this sustainable agriculture. See, sustainable agriculture is a way of undertaking agricultural activity not only in the present but also in the future by considering the available resources and by using the efficient techniques in the process of production. That is what the gist of the definition there. And this sustainable agriculture over a period of time should enhance the environment quality. Environmental quality here refers to increase in the quality of air, increase in the quality of water, increase in the fertility of the soil. That is what here enhances environmental quality and the resource base on which agriculture depends. And it has to provide basic human needs like food and fiber needs. And it should be economically viable. Economically viable in the sense agriculture should be profitable, where cost should be less and profit should be more. And it has to enhance the quality of the life of the farmers. This is what generally we define the concept of sustainable agriculture. Okay. And at the global level, Agenda 21 for the Baltic Sea region, sustainable development of the agricultural sector in the Baltic Sea region, they define sustainable development as this. Agriculture contributes significantly to the society for the future. And the objective is producing the high quality of food by considering the socio-economic structure in the society and also by maintaining the available renewable and non-renewable resources. This is what the definition given in Agenda 21 for the Baltic Sea region. And sub goals given here are: farmers' income should be sufficient to provide a fair standard of living in the agricultural community. Yeah, why I'm discussing this is we not only concentrate on production aspects in the sustainable agriculture, we also concentrate indirectly on the marketing aspects. So this concept that is this sub goal, farmers' income should be sufficient to provide a fair standard of living in the agricultural community. That indicates that there should be an efficient marketing system in the country to ensure a better price to the farmers. And farmers has to practice such methods which should not harm human health or animal health, or it should not degrade the environment. And at the same time, it has to minimize our environmental problems for which future generation must assume responsibility. So this is what the definition given in Agenda 21 of the Baltic Sea, where it is also mentioned there some urgent non-sustainable issues for sustainable agriculture. That means we come across some non-sustainable agricultural issues. With reference to production, we come across this contaminants and residues in food. This is everyone we are experiencing now. The type of food, the type of fruits, the type of vegetables that we are consuming that includes more of chemicals, pesticide residues, where it is also mentioned that unfavorable market condition for agricultural production and excessive livestock density. This is especially in the advanced countries. Even in India, we are having more number of bovine population. And with reference to natural resources, they have mentioned that dependency on fossil energy like petrol, where their stock is depleting at a faster rate, low efficiency of energy use in agricultural production, and lack of water and deteriorating water quality. We know that water is a scarce commodity now. Decrease in soil fertility. Yield of all crops is declining. It is because of decline in the soil fertility. Pesticides residue in soil and water. Accumulation of heavy metals in the soil and even in the food. a research study was undertaken by the Tipaya of Isaac, where it is found that green leaves are grown in the Bangalore rural areas and in the surrounding areas by using drainage water, where green water consists more of zinc. Green leaves consist of more of zinc. Zinc content. Then loss of biodiversity, then about air pollution. And with reference to human and animal welfare, they stated that occupational threat to farmers and consumers' health. Farmers are facing health problems because of excessive use of pesticides, and they are not aware how to make use of these pesticides in the agricultural sector. Even it is adversely affecting the animals' welfare. Even certain kinds of diseases that are transferring from animal to human, like avian influenza, BSE, etc. These are all related to human and animal welfare. And next one is related to socio-economic criteria they are mentioned. That is poor profitability of farming. That means some farmers says that farming is not a profitable job, but in India, we know that marketing is not efficient. Sometimes farmers are able to get better prices, not always. Lack of food security and lack of food production security because of natural calamities, unfavorable social infrastructure in rural areas, urbanization, lack of preservation of nature, and with reference to education, they have mentioned that farmers lack education, extension services, management skills. So this is what highlighted in this Agenda 21 for the Baltic Sea region, sustainable development of the agricultural sector in the Baltic Sea region, is popularly known as Helsinki Commission in the year 1998. And some of the characteristics of sustainable agriculture. So the features of sustainable agriculture is to meeting the food requirements of high quality, that is producing high quality agricultural commodities and supplying it to the people and providing everyone nutritious, healthy food. And very important is this, producing quality of food by preserving open space and abundant wildlife and other forms of biodiversity. And one more is protect the natural resource base and prevent the degradation of water, air, soil quality while using biological cycles and controls. This is what the characteristics, no need of components. And with reference to India, in developing countries like India, when we talk about sustainable agriculture, we say it is loosely defined term. It is a loosely defined term because that includes the strategies to address the problems of agriculture. That means when we talk about sustainable agriculture, means we talk about the policies and programs to achieve sustainable agriculture. Why? Means because of these problems like loss of productivity from soil erosion. Soil is totally degraded. Non-judicious use of agrochemicals, particularly pesticides and fertilizers. Then pollution of surface water, groundwater due to agricultural practices. Then diminishing supply of non-renewable resources. Very important is this related to marketing, decreased farm income owing to low commodity prices and high production cost. We know that agriculture is fully commercialized. Every input is purchased by the farmer. So the cost of production is increasing. And when there is a fall in price, farmers are not able to get better prices. As a result, they are incurring loss. So this is what we call as sustainable agriculture at the global and at the Indian context. And next that I am going to talk about this. That is, what are the developments that results in unsustainable issues in Indian agriculture? Then after that, what are the changes in the Indian agricultural sector? See, this is what green revolution. Everyone is aware of green revolution, where green revolution occurred in developing countries between the period 1940s and 1960s. Is popularly defined as a transmission from traditional to modern, or a significant increase in agricultural production in a very short period of time. That is what we call as the green revolution. And why it has occurred means it is because of agricultural research work, extension work, infrastructural development, and at the global level, it was funded by this Rockefeller Foundation. It was funded by Rockefeller Foundation along with the Ford Foundation and other major agencies. And this Rockefeller Foundation and this other agencies established an institute known as IRRI, International Rice Research Institute, in the year 1960s, where they have introduced high-yielding variety seeds in the rice, and that was spread throughout through other countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and other non-Soviet bloc countries like Latin America, Asia, and North. This is what the condition during 1940s and 1960s. And relation to India, in the India, the world's worst recorded food disaster happened in 1943 in British ruled India, that is known as Bengal famine, where nearly 4 million people died of hunger in that particular year in the eastern part of India, that is now today's Bangladesh. And why this has occurred means because of three important reasons. One is shortfall in food production in the area, and second one is World War II has resulted in giving non-importance to food crops by the Britishers and Indian traders who hold its huge stock for speculation activities. Because of these three reasons, there was a acute shortage of food, and there was lack of food security in that circumstances. So we started to give importance to food security afterwards. So where we have experienced green revolution from the period 1967 to 1928. So first green revolution period is this 1967, and it has continued for one decade nearly, that is up to 1978. And the green revolution, you know that it is nothing but application of science and technology in the agriculture, mainly because of high yielding variety seeds and increase in use of chemical fertilizers. As a result, there was a change in the method of cultivation, say from subsistence, that is from traditional to new type of cultivation. And this was introduced in India during 1960s. We started to think about this, and we have introduced a program known as a pilot project program, popularly known as Intensive Agricultural Development Program in 7 states, where in the 7 districts for the first time. And afterwards, we have selected each district from each state, and we have introduced in 1965. And this program was renamed as IAAP program, that is Intensive Agricultural Area Program. The father of Green Revolution, the father of Green Revolution is this Norman Ernest Borlaug, who is known as the man who saved 1 billion lives, who stated that food is the moral right of all who are born into this world. The father of Green Revolution, Norman Ernest Borlaug. What he did was, he belongs to Mexico, and he developed a draft variety seed known as yielding variety seed of wheat. And this is what popular throughout the world. And that is what yielding variety seed in wheat. And this was introduced in India during 1966 in the program known as High Yielding Varieties Program. That is for the first time. High Yielding Varieties Program was introduced in the year 1966, where it was invented. It was in wheat variety seed was introduced by this Norman Borlaug of Mexico. And in India, we say Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, the father of Green Revolution, during that period, the Srimati Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister who supported this. And sponsor of the program was this Rockefeller Foundation. Later that became International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center. Then pioneer state in Green Revolution is known as Punjab, that is Granary of India. So this is what the development started in Indian agriculture. That is after independence, we faced acute shortage of food, lack of food security. To meet the food deficit, we started to import huge quantity of food, and to overcome that issue, we started to adopt new technologies in the agricultural sector, which is popularly known as this Science and Technology, or this IADP program, or HIVES program. No doubt, some positive effects we come across. Green Revolution is revolutionary in nature. Revolutionary in nature means where high yielding variety seeds, fertilizers, irrigations, pesticides, new ideas, new technology, these are all suddenly and spread quickly across the country. And especially very important is this high yielding variety seeds. High yielding variety seeds. See, most of these high yielding variety seeds are draft variety seeds. Draft variety means which matures in a very short period of time and can be usable where sufficient assured water supply is available. So this is what an important point we have to know. So application of normal seed may not require adequate water. Say application of yielding variety seeds, what it requires is adequate water facilities. Without irrigation facility, we cannot use yielding variety seeds. And also this using of these seeds requires 4 to 10 times of more fertilizers than that of traditional variety. So the application of yielding variety seeds, water consumption has increased, fertilizer consumption has also increased. And where there was more demand for high yielding variety seeds of wheat in these states like Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Delhi, where the popular varieties are these Larma Roja, Sonara 64, Kalyana, and PV18. These are all popular yielding variety seeds in wheat. And even we come across seeds in paddy or rice where TN1, ADT 17, TN3, IR8, these were applied, but the results were not as better as in the case of wheat. And coming to the experience of Green Revolution, we say Green Revolution is known as Wheat Revolution because the production of wheat has increased significantly compared to other type of crops because the first crop, the first yielding variety seed was introduced in this wheat and spread across the world and even in India, and where the yield was very high compared to paddy or what we call as rice. And the wheat cultivation area, especially Punjab area, known for high irrigation belt or where irrigation facilities were available in adequate quantity. Even today, Punjab means 97% of the agricultural land is provided with irrigation facility. And that is why, because of significant increase in the production of wheat, we say Green Revolution is popularly called as Wheat Revolution. And it is narrow spread, means it is limited to few states of the country, not all the states like Karnataka, where it was benefited to Punjab, Haryana, and Western UP. Afterwards, it was spread to West Bengal, Assam, Kerala, and other states. And the significant points related to Green Revolution are this: there has been a significant increase in food production. As a result, we come across increase in the availability of food. Say the availability of per capita availability of food was 395 grams during 1950s. Now it is above 506 grams because of increase in the food production, and also the problem of acute shortage of food or in meeting the food security, we were successful. These are all against to the principle of sustainable agriculture. So some basic weaknesses that we have to observe here. So the weaknesses of Green Revolution resulted, that is, the main weaknesses are, one is resulted in growth of capitalist farming. That means in India, we are having different types of farmers: large farmers, marginal farmers, small farmers, medium farmers. The beneficiaries of Green Revolution are large farmers, not small and marginal farmers. The latest, the available statistics says that nearly 83–84% of the farmers in India are marginal and small farmers. So where they have not benefited from this Green Revolution, increase in inequalities in the distribution of income and wealth, increase in regional inequalities, they have occurred because of Green Revolution. and also where we fail to implement land reform measures, and we have concentrated much on increasing production. And mechanization in agriculture has resulted in increase in unemployment, and it has increased regional disparities, and where production has increased, not only production has increased only in few crops, not in oil crops. In crops like cereals, pulses, oil seeds, there was no introduction of high yielding variety seeds. So major commercial crops like cotton, jute, tea, sugarcane, these were all left untouched by the Green Revolution. See, Green Revolution has resulted in this. That is what we call as excessive use of chemicals. Excessive use of chemicals. Farmers started to make use of high dose of chemical fertilizers, then high dose of pesticides, and they also started to make use of water facilities on large scale. These are all resulted in what we call as damages to environmental standards or environmental quality. See, this is what a graph which represents consumption of fertilizers in India. Consumption of fertilizers. Say the average consumption of fertilizer in India at present, average. I'm saying about average. What is the average consumption of fertilizer in India is at present it is around 134 kg per hectare. 134 kg per hectare. And during the time of Green Revolution, that is during 1965-66, the fertilizer consumption was 78.4 lakh tons. That is what the consumption level of fertilizer. And the latest data, 2020-21 data indicates that now we are using 294 lakh tons of fertilizer. 294 lakh tons of fertilizers. And the returns from the fertilizers, from the research studies, says experts are of the opinion that efficiency of fertilizer use is only 35%. Efficiency of fertilizer use is just 35%, and remaining 65% of the nutrients are reaching underground water. This is what regarding the efficiency. And nitrate and phosphates are joining water bodies and polluting water. And injudicious use of fertilizers, we have concentrated on that only, and we have neglected the use of organic fertilizers, biofertilizers. These are all resulted in soil degradation and which are adversely affecting the health of human beings, plants, life, and animals. And region-wise, we come across the highest fertilizer consumption is recorded in Punjab, where they make use of 245 kg per hectare. And in the southern Telangana, where they are using 207 kgs per hectare. In Karnataka, we are using around 152 kg per hectare. And in Uttar Pradesh, they are using 180, and Bihar, they are more or less using the same quantity of fertilizer used by the Punjab. So this is what regarding consumption fertilizer. That means consumption fertilizer has increased because of the application of yielding variety seeds. And consumption of pesticides has also increased over a period of time. Related to the data, during 1950, the consumption of pesticides was just 100 tons. Just 100 tons. Now we are using 61,070 tons of pesticides in the Indian agricultural sector. 61,070 tons. So this kind of excessive use of chemicals, fertilizers, and pesticides have taken wrong route and created the problem of sustainability. So this is how development has resulted in issues related to sustainable agriculture now. And after experiencing the impact of Green Revolution, the major impact of Green Revolution, on the positive side, we say we have successful in increasing agricultural production. On the other side, it has caused environmental pollutions, environmental degradation. So that is why we have gone to second Green Revolution on 2004, where name familiar with second green revolution is Bhavalal Jain, where the objective is meeting the nutritional security of the people by increasing the production of cereals and fruits and vegetables. This is what the objective of this second green revolution, and where we have considered the environmental impact of the first green revolution, and we have shifted to sustainable agricultural practices in the second green revolution. The second green revolution is committed towards what we call as sustainable agriculture, where the aim of the second green revolution is this, increasing agricultural productivity to promote food security, then biotechnology, then encouraging sustainable agriculture, and related to market, this is what they have highlighted, increasing per capita income of the farmers to raise their standard of living. And these are the methods through which we aim to achieve the objectives of nutrient security. And overall, the observation is this: first green revolution has successfully in increasing the food production, and on the other side, it has created environmental degradation. And it is mainly because of excessive use of chemicals, fertilizers by the farmers, where farmers lack agricultural education, they lack how to make use of these chemicals. Then afterwards, this is what new National Agricultural Policy 2000, which is popularly called as Rainbow Revolution. Rainbow Revolution, where we come across these commodities like food grain production called as Green Revolution, milk is called as White Revolution, oil seeds, yellow, fisheries, blue, then fertilizers, gray, then black carbon, that is related to non-conventional energy sources, and egg, increase in production of egg, which is called as silver, and potato, that is called as round revolution. This is 2000 new National Agricultural Policy, which is popularly known as Rainbow Revolution. And after Rainbow, we concentrated on three color revolution, saffron revolution, which is related to enhancement of solar energy, white, that is milk, fisheries. Then BGRA, bringing green revolution to eastern part of the India, that is also a part of Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana now. Then the current situation of Indian agriculture is this: agriculture is totally commercialized. In the earlier days, agriculture means it is called as subsistence activity. Now it is called as commercial activity. Farmers growing crops not for consumption purpose, mainly for meeting the domestic as well as international market demand, and where they need what we call as sufficient income to survive in the agricultural sector. Diversification of agriculture. Nowadays, we talk about diversification of agriculture, which represents that where in the rural areas there is a need of increasing employment opportunities, and also there is a need of increasing income of the farmers. That is not only possible by undertaking agricultural activity, but also allied activities. Say diversification of agriculture, which includes shifting in the cropping pattern, say from low value crop to high value crop. Then farmers have to opt for other activities like poultry, fisheries, animal husbandry, beekeeping, horticulture, like this. By undertaking these activities, it is possible for the farmers to enhance their income. That is what we call as diversification of agriculture. Then we have set up NHM to increase production of horticultural crops. Government is announcing MSP for 24 crops to prevent them from what we call as incurring loss. Then Niti Aayog. When Niti Aayog was introduced, it aimed at bringing some structural changes in the field of agricultural sector, where their objective was doubling the income of the farmers by 2022, and they prepared a roadmap for achieving this objective. And with these 7 growth, that is doubling the income of the farmers by 2022 is possible by increase in productivity of crops, then increase in production of livestock, then improvement in efficiency of input use, then increase in crop intensity, then diversification towards high value crops, then improved price realization by the farmers. You see, this is why I'm stressing all these in writing things, which are all related to marketing issues. Shift of cultivators to non-farm jobs. So these are all what we call as some developments that occurred in the Indian economy and which has resulted in, say, development to what we call as non-sustainable practices, non-sustainable practices. And this is what sustainable agriculture, one part. Next part is, as I said, the sustainable agriculture, as I said, we are not concentrate only on the production side, we also concentrate on the marketing side. And here I am talking about direct marketing, means with reference to marginal farmers and small farmers, with reference to horticultural crops, like vegetables and fruits, because agriculture means wide varieties of crops where a particular single type of marketing is not suitable to all the crops, where that depends upon the quantity of marketable surplus, like these different factors which influences the market. So here, as I said, we are discussing here direct marketing and sustainable agriculture. That is what a broad title, in that we are discussing the marketing issues and how this direct marketing system has evolved in India, and the current direct marketing system, even some inefficiencies, and also regarding empirical studies, findings of the empirical studies. And we know that so far we have discussed about the changes in the agriculture, the current situation of Indian agriculture. That is agriculture contribution to GVA. Earlier it was GDP, now we call it is GVA, that has declined. Say during 1951, it was around 54%. Now it has declined to 18.8%. Say in the year 2021-22, the contribution of agriculture to GVA was 18.8%. And the dependency rate in agriculture is around 58 to 60%. And agriculture is significantly contributing towards supplying of raw materials, where in the industry, more than 65% of the industries are agro-based industries. And our exports has crossed $50 billion during financial year 2022, highest ever, says Commerce Ministry. And agriculture exports have grown by 19.9% and touched $50.21 billion. So this is what the current scenario of Indian agriculture, and related to production. With reference to production, as I said, because of application of science and technology in the agriculture has resulted in boosting up of food production, say from 54 million tons during 1951 to 315 million tons now. Our food production has reached 315 million tons now. And related to horticultural crops, India has emerged as the second largest producer of fruit and vegetable in the world. First is China, next is India. And the fruit production has estimated to 107.10 million metric tons in 2021-22. And the production of vegetables is also estimated to 204.61 million metric tons in 2021-22. This indicates that there has been a spectacular increase in the production of not only in food grains, but also in the horticultural crops. And also I said that now we are not doing subsistence farming, we are doing commercial farming. So there has been a shift in Indian agriculture, say from traditional farming to market-oriented commercial farming. So that is why marketing of output is very important for the development of agriculture. So why means because of commercialization of agriculture. Earlier subsistence, we grow crop for self-consumption. If surplus remains, we go for market. Now, whatever we produce, that is not for consumption purpose, we are growing it for marketing. So market plays a very important role in agricultural development. And it is said that any commodity produced will be useless unless it is consumed. That is what the nature of the agricultural commodity. We know that fruits and vegetables are highly perishable, and some other commodities that can be kept in the storage for some days, not 5 years, 6 years like that. So therefore, commodity produced will be useless unless it is consumed. And therefore, efficient marketing system is necessary for agricultural sector. Then what is this efficient agricultural marketing system. Which market is considered as efficient? What is the base means? And experts are of the opinion they have defined in different ways. But here, market is going to be efficient when means where all the agricultural commodities produced or consumed with minimum wastage. There should be minimum wastage between production and consumption. Least marketing cost, where marketing cost borne by the producers should be least. Farmers get maximum share in consumer rupees. Farmers have to realize highest share in consumer rupee. Consumer gets best quality of products at reasonable price. Efficient agricultural marketing system which highlights on both producers and consumers. Producers has to realize highest share in consumer rupee, and consumer has to get better quality of goods at reasonable prices. In addition, there should be least marketing cost, and also there should be minimum wastage. So that is why efficient marketing agricultural system is considered as an agent of change. And it is also playing an important role in increasing
Excuse me, sir. Sir, screen move ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
ಯಾವ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್? ಇದಾ PPT ದಾ?
Yes sir.
ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದೇ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಪ್ಪ. ಹಲೋ, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನಿಂಗ್.
ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್. ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್
ಅಂತಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ?
Yes sir.
Yes sir. Blank ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಏನಕ್ಕೆ
ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ಇದೆ ಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ.
ಈಗ ಇವ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆಪ್ಪ? ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರೆ. ಕೇಳಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತಾ ಇನ್ನ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
ನೀವು ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್.
ನಾವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ರೀಸನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದ್ಸರಿ ಐ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್. ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಈಗ?
ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ, ವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಪ್ಪ? ಆಯ್ತು, ಟೈಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದಿದೆ, ಆಯ್ತು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಸೊ ಎಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ is very essential, and it promotes agriculture by enhancing the income of the farmers, and also we satisfy the consumer by supplying better quality of goods at reasonable prices. Therefore efficient agriculture marketing system is very much needed. And in India, we lack efficient marketing system even today. I say these words, you come across the marketing system news in everyday newspaper where farmers are not happy about the existing marketing system. Farmers are happy only during one or two situations where during the time of festival, farmers like flower seller may be happy because of festivals. They know that people will consume whatever may be the price like that. Only sometimes farmers will get bumper price, not always. Because agricultural commodities which are highly perishable and the prices are determined mainly by demand and supply conditions. These are all there. So even today in Indian agricultural marketing system means we say it is not efficient. So what we say is the government has neglected in establishing a efficient agricultural marketing system. During 1928, Royal Commission on Agriculture, while stating various market disabilities, they stressed upon the intervention of government in establishing a marketing system. As a result, we come across the establishment of agricultural, what we call as regulated markets, and many state governments have started to set up these regulated markets. And we come across the inefficiencies in the regulated markets like this, where large number of intermediaries, where lion's share of the consumer rupees goes to them, multiplicity of market charges, then existence of malpractices, lack of reliable, up-to-date market information, then lack of grading and standardization, less producer share is realized by the farmers, then lack of warehousing, distress sales, forced sales like this. These are all what we call as inefficiencies or defects in the agricultural marketing like regulated markets. So what are the challenges means in these kinds of market, in the consumer rupee, nearly half of the price goes to this middleman, where producer will realize less than 50% of the consumer rupee. And in case of perishable commodities like fruits and vegetables, it is still less. So from that point of view, what we stress is direct marketing system is very essential for small farmers, marginal farmers who are having low marketable surplus. So that is here, this is with special reference to horticultural crops and with special reference to marginal and small farmers, where their size of the land area is very much limited. They are also following diversified cropping system and their marketable surplus is very less. So where they are, even though some marketing system are efficient, where they are inaccessible to those marketing system because of several constraints. So from this point of view, what we stress is direct marketing or farmers market that has to be evolved. No doubt, direct marketing means the meaning of the direct marketing is there should be a contact between the producer and the consumer without any intermediaries. There should not be any intermediaries. And example of direct marketing system are these: farmers market, and in United States, this is what supported, community supported agricultural ventures. This is popular in United States of America. It is nothing but payment by the consumer before planting itself. Before planting itself, they pay and they purchase later. Farmers market, that is what we are going to discuss now. Farm stands, direct sales to business and institutions such as restaurants, schools, hospitals like this. And how direct marketing helps means direct marketing helps in increasing farmer profitability, where there are no intermediaries between the farmer and the consumer. Farmers can realize the price paid by the consumers. Then it promotes the local economy. This is possible only in the particular region, not everywhere. Then providing consumers with higher quality of goods, healthier products, these are all possible in the direct marketing system. And in India, we come across direct marketing system. I will skip because of shortage of time. This I will skip. The person responsible for establishment of direct marketing is MS Gill. MS Gill was the former Union Agricultural Secretary who visited United Kingdom and found that farmers were selling fresh green vegetables on the roadside on a collective basis at a premium price, and the market was quite busy. This is what the observation made by MS Gill, former Union Agricultural Secretary. And what he found was that the farmers directly sold their produce to the consumer without middlemen or without commission agents. And by observing this concept, he immediately in India introduced Apni Mandi in the states of Punjab and Haryana. This is what the first farmer market introduced by MS Gill in India. And afterwards, it was further extended to Rajasthan, Haryana. Then in Andhra Pradesh, it is popularly known as Raita Bazaars. In Tamil Nadu, it is Ullavar Sante or Uzavar Santis. And where this farmers market are managed by agricultural marketing boards, and where the price is fixed by them. While fixing the price, they take into account the wholesale price fixed in the larger markets, and also in Karnataka, they take into account the outcomes price, and between price they fix that is very beneficial for the farmers. And the Apni Mandi model was a very successful model in India. And after observing that, the main recommendation, that is central government directed all the state governments to follow the model followed by Punjab and Haryana. So this is what the farmers market evolution in India, and which came into existence in almost all the states. In Karnataka, see, in 2002, Raitara Santegulu, this first came into existence in Karnataka for the first time. In Bangalore, Yelahanka, this Raitara Sante was established. Then after, in the same year, in Hubli, Chitradurga also, this kind of market was established. Some of the important objectives was this: to establish the farmers market without middlemen, without intermediary, and to have direct contact with the farmers and consumers, and to provide basic necessary facilities for selling fruits and vegetables. This is especially, as I said, this is a market for vegetables and fruits, not for other commodities, where even fruits are not much sold in this kind of market, where vegetables are sold on large scale, not fruits on large scale. And provide facilities for easy and adequate flow of fruits and vegetables, and to provide reasonable prices to the growers, and also to ensure availability of fruits and vegetables at a fair price to the consumer. That means consumer has to get better quality fresh products in this market at a lower price, even what the consumer pays as price, that where the producer has to realize all the price there, that should not go to any middleman. And one more is to stabilize the prices in the related market and to minimize seasonal fluctuations. So with these intentions, we have set up this direct marketing system known as Apni Mandi in Punjab, Raita Bazaar in Andhra Pradesh, in Tamil Nadu. In Tamil Nadu, it is very popular market, Udavar Sante or Uzavar Sandis, which is popularly operating. In Karnataka, it is Raitara Sante, but some inefficiencies are there. I will talk. See, now I will come to the empirical studies. Several studies were made by the researchers in India regarding this direct marketing and alternative marketing system. So, number of studies were undertaken by the researcher, where the findings of those research studies are: there are large intermediaries and malpractices leading to low share of producers here in consumer rupee. This is what in alternative marketing system, where in the alternative marketing system, where producer realize very low share of consumer rupee, and in direct marketing, it is nearest to the 100%. This is what the empirical studies findings. And I also did study on this, and where I found that where this Yelanka Raitara Sante at Bangalore, that is one market that I have chosen, and other markets are this APMC Kalsipalya market, where I have identified the channels like producer, retailer, consumer, and one more channel I have identified. We have to identify, as a researcher, we have to identify through what way farmers are selling: producer, wholesaler, retailer, consumer. Then one more, that is outcomes, producer, procurement center, retail outlets. So like this is what a supply chain of vegetables. I am quoting here with reference to a commodity known as vegetable tomato, where it is highly perishable in nature and where the price is highly volatile. Sometimes we have paid 100 rupees, sometimes we have paid 150 rupees, sometimes you have paid 1 rupee like this. This is what volatility of the prices of vegetables. And in these 5 channels, in these 5 marketing channels, that is direct channel, that is first channel, producer, consumer, where there are no intermediaries. Where there are no intermediaries means to become a member of Raitara Sante, they have to give Pani Patra, and afterwards they can become the members. In Bangalore, Elanka, Raitara Sante, there are more than 2,000 card holders. They bring vegetables and fruits in the alternative days or according to the products they have grown, and they give the infrastructural facilities at free of cost. They are not going to take any prices for the service they provide. This is what in the bylaw means in the rules and regulation is there. So when we observe the facts, this is what the difference between long chain and shorter chain. Shorter chain is the chain that has said channel 1, that is producer consumer, where farmer is realizing 91.7% of the consumer rupee. But in the lengthier channel, where farmers were unable to come to the market and sell their products because of low marketable surplus, they sell to village assemblers. Village assemblers sells to what we call as wholesalers, then retailers like this. Under those circumstances, the price realized by the farmers is very least, like around 40%. So this is what a comparative study between long chain and middle small chain. And this is what the price spread in these 5 channels. Say this is calculated for 100 kgs, and in the last column, there is producer share in consumer rupee. In these 5 channels, even in outcomes, when they sell it to outcomes, what they realize is around 62 to 65%. That is what the results of vegetables and fruits represent. And the lengthier channels, why they prefer lengthier channels means it is not profitable for them to bring it to the whereas nearest market because of low marketable surplus. Under those circumstances, they realize very less price. And when they are having adequate marketable surplus, they can bring into the nearest market like Raitara Sante, and they can realize this 91.7% price. This is what a calculation made by me according to the data that I have collected in the different markets. And we also measure marketing efficiency by using this Shepherd method, Acharya method, and conventional method. In the conventional method, the low value means which represents high efficiency. In the Shepherd method and in the Acharya method, where the high value means which represents high efficiency. And regarding first channel and regarding the lengthier channel, we come across a wide gap in the small marketing channel, that is in the Raitara Sante. The Shepherd method marketing efficiency shows that 12.14%. In the Acharya method, it reflects 11.1%, and in the conventional method, it is 1. In the conventional method, lower the value, higher the efficiency. In other method, higher the value, higher is the efficiency. This is calculated by 1/2, 4. This is what the variables for which we use to calculate the X. And some inefficiencies I also want to express to what theoretically we say direct marketing is good. But when I observations made by me in the Raitara Sante, the actual price realized by the farmers only at 3:30 early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. After 5 o'clock, farmers will not be there. Why means they have to manage farming activities. They have to attend the farm activities, and their children are not doing assistance to them. Children are attending schools. There is no family labor, no family labor assistance. So for every activity, they have to indulge in the farm areas, and they are not having sufficient time to spend in the market. They are not having sufficient time to spend in the market. They have to sit from morning to at least in the afternoon to sell their products. Because of these, what they do is immediately they come and they sell at the expected price, even though they are able to get better price. If the expected price is available, they sell and immediately go. But after 6:30, 7:30, what we realize is double the price or higher than 1.5 price like this. So this is what observation. And nowadays, this is not popular, even though even in Mysore region, we are having this Raitara Sante, where one place is reserved for there, where also this activity is taking place on large scale. Early in the morning, there is even at the night itself, marketing takes place of vegetables, especially near this MG road. And farmers should not depend upon only this kind of market. As I said, there are different types of direct marketing system. Now we are having more number of PGs in Bangalore. That is paying guest accommodation. We are having more number of hospitals, and even in the schools, we are having midday meal program where vegetables are required. So farmers have to develop contact with these people to sell their produce profitably. So if this is followed by the farmers, they can realize better price. So this is what my presentation related to direct marketing and sustainable agriculture. When the income level is very high, that improves the standard of living of the farmers and also helps them to follow these sustainable methods in the agricultural system. So that is why we stress on this direct marketing system. Even FAO experience states that the countries where developments in markets have enabled farmers to transition to sustainable practice. So this is what my presentation. Thank you for your patient listening. Any questions from the participants? Any questions?